Good morning, my name is Claire Scott, and today I will be proposing a solution to the conflict between Cricket Australia and the Australian Cricketers Association, dealing with a recent event of ball tampering. On March 24, 2018, during the third test match between Australia and South Africa in Cape Town, Australian cricketer Cameron Bancroft was caught on TV and at the cricket ground tampering with the cricket ball, and then hiding the object he was tampering the ball with, sandpaper, in his pants. Australian team captain Steve Smith admitted to having known of the plan beforehand, and vice captain David Warner was found responsible for the plan to tamper with the ball and even showed Bancroft how to do it. Smith and Warner received 12 months of suspension as punishment, while Bancroft received 9 months as punishment. Smith and Bancroft received fines from the ICC in the amounts of large percentages of their match fees, and Smith is also not allowed to hold any more leadership positions in the future. These punishments decided by Cricket Australia, or CA, after their investigation of the situation, have been considered by some to be too harsh, and their suspensions may be shortened. Cricket Australia was glad to know that no other players nor the coach were involved, keeping some of the team's reputability. However, coach Darren Lehman has resigned. While CA performed their own investigation, the Australian Cricketers Association, or ACA, has called for an independent review and asked CA to reconsider reducing the players' punishments. While CA saw this situation as a way to reinforce the game's rules and ensure its credibility, this situation made the ACA question the game's culture today. ACA President Greg Dyer wants another investigation to be launched focused on finding and eliminating the causes of ball tampering. Dyer also believes that the players need to be brought back into the confines of the game in order to, in a way, rehabilitate. While these short-term goals of the CA and the ACA differ, they both want the game of cricket and its players to remain honest. This rehabilitation suggested by the ACA mirrors the 100 service hours in community cricket required by the CA, along with their encouragement of the three to play club cricket. Both parties understand that the integrity of the sport is most important here. I propose a form of integrative bargaining which seeks to maximize the benefit of both parties, rather than assuming one party gains while the other loses. This way of bargaining tries to resolve the problem of the two parties' common interest to reach a mutually satisfying solution. In order to keep both happy, I think the CA should agree to reduce Smith and Warner's suspension to 9 months, as they have already been through 8 months of it, to make the ACA and fans happier, but also require as much community cricket and club cricket as their schedule back with the team will allow. This way, the suspension is not as harsh, yet the goal of both parties for the integrity and rehabilitation of the players and the game becomes the main focus. The ACA and CA could discuss the hours of community service required if 100 hours, as already enforced, is not enough. Either way, this form of bargaining will leave both parties satisfied, along with the fans of the Australian team who want to see all of their players. Some of the factors that will need to be managed and solved in order to resolve this conflict would be better communication between the ACA and the CA, unwillingness to compromise, and the personalities of the group deciding the players' punishments in future similar events. The involved members of the ACA and CA could establish better means of communication between the two to hopefully work together in the future. I think the two should define a standard punishment for ball tampering, so this conflict does not arise again and there is no question of fairness. Compromise and bargaining will help the communication between the two entities, and coming together to work more often will balance out the extreme personalities of the group to come to a happy medium on all issues. In conclusion, Cricket Australia and the Australian Cricketers Association have been in conflict over the degree of punishment given to Steve Smith, David Warner, and Cameron Bancroft for the illegal act of ball tampering. Cricket Australia decided their punishments, but the Australian Cricketers Association and fans believed it to be too harsh. I propose integrative bargaining to reach a compromise in punishment that satisfies both parties' common interests, that possibly consists of shorter suspension time but more service hours in community cricket. Thank you for your time.